Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're heading up to Door County and we're going to try and beat some big storms. These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
I'll tell you what, folks, my favorite place to stay in the state of Wisconsin is Sand Bay Beach Resort. It's great for families, too. They have the most beautiful beach you'd ever want to see. The rooms are wonderful. The location is incredible, and the view from almost every room is just unbelievable. You see the beautiful Door County, Bay of Green Bay. Great place to stay. And I'm with my buddy Dale Stroschein right now. And hey, we're kind of doing the lunch break and the open of the show for a change today, huh?
Well, that's what it's all about, John. You know, you got to switch it up once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that.
One thing I want to talk about, I call this Door County's fishing headquarters. And if folks are going to come and stay at the resort, I know you're guiding every day, but you have two other guides that can help folks out if they stay here or even if they don't. But if folks are going to bring their own boat, can they ask you where to fish?
Yeah, the best thing to do, John, with that is, you know, unfortunately, I'm not always here. So the easiest way to handle that is just message me on my messenger. Go to my Dale Stroschein page, and they can just send a message to me. And that way, for sure, I will get a response back to them on, you know, whatever questions they may have. I'm happy to always answer those.
Yeah, great place to stay. Now, what I got for you today, you're going to be excited. These are Johnsonville regular brats, but to make them taste a little different, a little bit better, they put summer shandy in there, Leinenkugel's favorite summer beer. So all you do is put them on the grill, warm them up. I cook them for about 15-20 minutes and they're good to go.
Man, I'm telling you what, that Hinter summer shandy in there is awesome.
Oh, well, hey, buddy.
Kudos to Johnsonville, man.
All right, I am going to take Chris McGillis fishing this afternoon. You got a guide today, but tomorrow, well, let's go together and go in two boats and see what we can do.
Absolutely, sounds like a plan.
All right, thanks, buddy, and thanks for having Sand Bay Beach Resort, my favorite place.
They say things aren't built like they used to be. Tell that to John Johnson, the craftsman behind Recon Boats. He and his small team make each boat by hand, maintaining the highest standards. Every shred of fiberglass, every stitch of upholstery, every latch, hinge, and switch. It's all in the details, which is why the angler is at the forefront of the design philosophy for every Recon boat. Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen.
I'll tell you what, folks, I've been a proud user of AMSOIL for many years, and us sportsmen a lot of times not only have a truck, but a boat, an ATV, a snowmobile. And how do you figure out which AMSOIL product to use in each machine?
Yeah, that can be a challenge sometimes. And, you know, we make it easy. We've got a lookup guide. You just go to amsoil.com. You put in your vehicle, whatever it may be, whether it's a boat, a wheeler, a truck, a trailer, whatever. You pick out your product. It tells you how much and which product to put in. Real simple.
And one thing I want to mention, too, AMSOIL does a ton of research before you even put the product on the market. You make sure that it's the best.
That's correct. It's years in the making for a product to launch. There's a ton of research and development to make sure that it's going to protect like it's supposed to.
And folks, to find the AMSOIL you want, go to amsoil.com. Welcome back. As we mentioned, folks, Dale is out guiding customers today, so it's you and I, but he gave us a lot of good pointers where to start.
Yeah,
you know?
he did.
And what we're going to do today is fish smallmouth and see what we can do, and it's a good day. We got overcast.
Yep. Yeah, it's overcast, a little chop on the water. That's a good thing.
Now, you fish up here all the time. The overcast with this clear water is a good thing.
Yeah, when you got a flat, calm day, John, up here, very difficult for fishing. I mean, I had not a lot of days when the sun is up high and there's not a lot of wind. Tough.
Well, you like these conditions.
Love these conditions.
Hey, here we go. To start our day, I got myself actually, I might need the net here, Chris.
All right, I'm on it, John.
That thing hit one of those Livingston Jerkmasters, and I'll tell you what, he hit on the paws there, Chris. And there you go, buddy. I don't want to get them in the net. If you want to grab that, if you can, and show the folks at home. What I love about these fish up here are their builds. Aren't their builds incredible?
Look at the belly on that, John.
I mean, that is a cool fish there, buddy. And that's that white Livingston jerkbait that Pete loves, and it's a great smallmouth bait. Pull, pull, pause. And they always hit on that pause. Chris, I'm gonna need your help. Look at that rod, buddy. Another one on that Livingston Jerkmaster. Oh, I haven't seen him yet. Here he is, here he is.
Big walleye, big walleye,
It's a
John.
walleye, a walleye. Look at that, buddy.
Oh, John, nice fish.
Holy cow, just leave him down there for a second. Folks, I'll tell you what, you know that Livingston jerkbait?
Yes.
What it does, you know, pull, pull, pause, but when it's pausing, it has electronic bait sounds. So it gives off on the pause like a dee-dee-dee-dee. Well, actually, let's listen to hear what that sounds like. And that really drives those fish nuts. Cool thing about fishing in Door County is they're swimming around with the smallmouth. And man, that was a cool hit. I knew it was a pretty nice fish right away. That's 23 inches long. I'll bet you that goes 5 pounds.
Yeah, it's a beautiful fish, John. Look at the gold.
Hey, you know what? I learned this from Pete. You know, he outfishes me with that Livingston Jerkmaster all the time. Are you going to put one on?
I think I'm going to change,
That's
John.
2 out of 3 casts I've been bit. What do you got?
John, I think I got a whitefish.
You can flip him in.
It's pretty big, but I'm going to go for it.
And if you want it, those are pretty good to eat. Dale loves to eat them.
Oh, look at that, John.
And yeah, look at that. So that's 3 species on one spot, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And actually, you know, again, that's considered a delicacy, you know, in restaurants. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but look at this thing.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No, you never heard of whitefish on a plank?
I have. They're nice. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're good eaters.
Yeah. And they hang right around where the walleyes and the bass are.
Yep, that's 3 in a row.
You know, folks, Pete taught me how to work these Livingston Jerkmasters, and the hit is so much fun, as I said before. So what you do is twitch, twitch, and a pause. Twitch, 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 and a pause. And normally what those fish will do, they'll hit on the pause when that Livingston is just sitting there like that. But it is a fun way to fish, and the hits are really cool. One thing I want to talk about, Chris, we may get our day cut short. You take a look out there, there's some pretty serious thunderstorms around. So what are you thinking? Just fish till it starts, or what? Keep an eye on the radar?
I think we should keep our eye on the radar, John.
Yeah, I mean, it could get nasty out here. We're only 3 miles offshore.
Yeah, I mean, it's dark. It's getting darker, but let's keep fishing and see if we can get a few more.
I'll tell you what, folks, a big butt storm moved through last night, and we had to leave the water. And today we woke up, and we have 30 to 35 mile-an-hour winds. Now, we're going to try to find a bay that's kind of protected so we can catch some smallmouth. And our buddy Dale is in his boat. He's going to scout one side of the bay, and you and I, Ryan, are going to scout the other side of the bay. But I'll tell you what, this is going to be tough fishing today when you got this kind of wind. We got this heavy wind today, up to 30, 35 miles an hour. Can we catch smallmouth today?
We're gonna find out. As I told Chris earlier, he said, this is either, from my experience, a really good day or a really bad day.
Well, that's why I've loved fishing with you for 30-some years. We go out no matter what.
You okay?
Yeah.
Might lost spot lock. Okay, we're spot locked.
Okay. This is just nasty out here, folks. We got 4 footers. We're gonna have to go in and either figure out another spot or fish another day. Well, rarely do you and I get beat by the weather, but that storm last night, this heavy, heavy wind today, it really stirred up the water. The water's brown, it's dirty, so I'm gonna come back another day.
Yeah, and you know, and let's face it too, I mean, we're without power right now.
At your house?
Yeah, we had a huge transformer go down just down the road, and they're now calling that we're not going to have power, John, until sometime tomorrow. So Karen's at home trying to tackle all that on her own. So I think it just makes better sense.
You go home and help Karen, and I guess I'll finish the show around my house tomorrow, and I'll come back later in June.
Perfect. That sounds great.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, man. Thank you, John.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. When you buy a Fluger President spinning reel for $69.95, you get a free $10 Fleet Farm gift card.
So Henry, we were up in Door County yesterday, 40-mile-an-hour winds, 4-foot waves. Check this out.
You okay?
Yeah.
Might have lost spot lock.
I'll tell you what, buddy, we had to pull out. I mean, it was getting dangerous, those big waves. But what happens when you don't catch enough fish for a show?
You got to fish the next day.
Yeah, now you were gracious enough to take off a day of work on a short call.
Always.
And we're going to just have a fun day today. We're in Washington County in southeastern Wisconsin. Potpourri today, walleye, bass, maybe crappies.
That works for me.
All right, well, let's get going. That was pretty nasty
Let's
yesterday.
not that happen today.
No, that was nasty yesterday. And when it gets dangerous like that and you can't control the boat, you might as well just bag it and go another day, right?
Yep, absolutely.
That's the motto of the show. If you don't catch enough, you go the next day.
Absolutely.
Henry Adams
There's
going
one,
to be the
John.
first to connect, buddy. You need the clam?
I don't think so. I think we can flip it.
What do we got? We got a bass or a
See
walleye
what
or
we got.
what?
It feels walleye-ish.
Here he comes. There you go, Henry, you're right.
Yeah.
That's a walleye. Now, on this particular lake, we're not keeping any fish today, Henry, but they stocked this lake several years ago, and they've got a 3-fish limit, but it's got to be over 18.
Okay.
And we don't care about keeping fish. It's just nice to see them stocking walleyes close to Milwaukee,
It
isn't it?
sure is. That don't happen a whole lot by us.
Yeah, nice fish. And that we're fishing a weed edge, and we'll talk about that a little later. Good job, Henry.
Excellent. There's one, John.
Boy, are you hot in the back of the boat. You know what? You got to give some credit to the guide, right?
Yeah, hey, I'll take it. Thank you.
Hey, no, seriously, though, you can explain to the folks what we're doing. And this works on all the lakes in Wisconsin, but especially southeastern Wisconsin. There's a big weed bed behind us. And what you said to stay on the edge?
Yeah, you stay on the edge, and you can either use a jerk junior like you're doing and snap it, or a paddle tail where you couple cranks and let it fall. Couple cranks and let it fall.
We were fishing Door County out of Sand Bay Beach Resort, a 2.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 3.5 hours from Chicago, and 4 hours from Minneapolis.
If you are a spring walleye fisherman, grab some of these. They're an incredible bait. Kalins, rattling google eye, hair jigs. Right there, Ryan. Ooh, that one pounded it. Wow, dude, that is my first cast. Beautiful walleye right there on the hair, man. Perky, lively, smacking hair jigs. Doesn't get much better, does it? Big, fat, chunky spring walleyes.
New Mega Live imaging shows you what's below in real time with edge-to-edge clarity and no gaps in coverage, all so you can turn must-watch detail into non-stop action. Only from Hummingbird.
Folks, I've relied on Johnson Pump products for many years, and now they're even better. Check out the new Aqua Void Bilge and the Aqua O2 Aerator.
The best advantage with the new products is no tools necessary to replace your motor cartridge. Quick watertight connector and the same easy change cartridge. With the new motor cartridges, we have a high efficiency impeller and a low amp draw motor. To the angler, they're going to have faster fill of their live wells, and they're going to have better aeration along with a faster evacuation of their bilge. This pump will fit on any boat. It has a multi-configuration inlet port as well as a 360 rotation outlet port.
Johnson Pump, reliability on board. Hey, our buddy Wes Paul just joined us for the day, and Wes has got himself a largemouth bass, and he sure ate that, Wes.
Yeah, he did.
And that's the thing, you know, this late May stuff, you know that the largemouth are probably done spawning, so you look for weed flats, huh?
Right. Cast her to weed flats and let her drop a little bit and get the hit.
Look at how he ate that Kalen's. Wow, that thing is way in there. But you got to catch something bigger for me. We need a show.
All right. We're going to get it done.
Yeah, we got blown off up in Door County, so here we are in Washington County.
Here we are.
Hey, Henry, you switched gears on me there, buddy.
I did. We saw some crappies out there. I caught one on a plastic, so figured let's give it a shot. And yeah.
Well, this is the perfect time of year, man, to get them too, you know?
Yeah.
And how big is that one? About 9?
It's probably a little bigger, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are you using there?
Oh, do you know what? Kalen's crappie scrub.
Yay, Wes. We're not using that on the show, Wes.
No, a little small.
So I grabbed my crappie rod there, and here we go. And that's a tiny fish, but I just want to show you folks how they eat these scrubs. I mean, you can't even see that, and I'll show you the rig here in a second. But when you find one crappie, you're going to find a bunch, and that's the fun of it. Hey!
Another crappie, John.
Well, you know, that's kind of interesting what you're doing. That's not too bad. But in the back of the boat there, you got 3 rods all set up, don't you?
Yeah, we got one for bass, one for walleye, and one for crappies.
So every spot we go to, you take a cast with the crappie thing, right?
Yep, absolutely.
That's almost an eater, buddy.
Almost.
Folks, if you watch our show, you know that we love these crappie scrubs. And it's a Kalen's crappie scrub with a little 16th ounce Kalen jig. And those fish just can't resist those little wiggling legs there. And you don't have to move it much. I just pop it a couple of times and wait for that bobber to go down. And Henry, the best way to find these fish, you just like to kind of slowly move around a weed bed?
Yep, that's all you want to do. You want to use your trolling motor and just go real slow. Look for them, you know, move around the weed bed. When you find one, stop and spot lock and cast, because there should be multiples there. I missed one. Once you stop catching them, just move down another 20 feet. Keep looking for them. There you go, John.
Switching gears again.
Try a little bass fishing?
No, those crappies were just too small, weren't they?
Yeah, we couldn't get any one decent one, and that was it.
Well, we'll fool around for bass, and then we're going back to the weed edges, right?
Yep, we'll try some walleyes a little bit later.
It's time now to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2024 Fishing Contest.
This week's first winner, Steve Collins of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, caught this 26-inch largemouth bass on a lake using a swim bait. Bob Winsack of New Berlin, Wisconsin, caught this 39-inch snook salmon on Lake Michigan using a fly. Adam Wakefield of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, caught this 40-inch lake trout on the Milwaukee Harbor using a spoon. Mary Bartlett of Grafton, Wisconsin, caught this 12-inch bluegill on Crystal Lake using a night crawler. And this week's first kid winner is Henry Prochaska of Middleton, Wisconsin, caught this 35.5-inch northern pike on the Wisconsin River using a jig and minnow. And Harrison DeLacy caught his first bass ever on a pond using a minnow.
Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals.
This week, the Rapala Rip and Wrap crankbaits are on sale, 2 for $12. And the Northland Tackle spinner baits and bulk buzzards are on sale, 3 for $9.99.
The Wacky Worm, Henry. The Wacky Worm. Here he is. They're fun, I'll tell you. And we have so many lakes down here in southeastern Wisconsin that are loaded with bass, and a lot bigger ones than these. And some of the lakes that are really good for bass in southeastern Wisconsin, you can't beat Delavan, Lake Geneva, Oconomowoc, Okauchee. They're all good bass lakes and real close to town.
There you go, John.
This bass fishing is fast anyway.
Yeah, not a very big one.
Well, like I said, we're going to go back for the walleyes, but hey, when you film a new show every week,
you're going to have days where you catch smaller fish.
Or you get blown off a lake, yeah. Well, from small crappies to small bass, guys. And what, like I said about, you know, the same thing with the crappies this time of the year, folks, to catch these largemouth post-spawn, just find a weed flat, drift, and cast. And again, these are small fish, and we'll go back for walleyes shortly. But no, to take a kid fishing and cast artificials over the tops of these shallow weeds, a lot of fun.
There's one, John.
See, you're enjoying this, right?
Oh yeah, like we said, they're not huge fish, but that's still fun to catch. I mean,
and then one thing I want to mention too, you know, these lakes, there's a 14-inch size limit, and there's lots and lots of bass in our lakes around here. If you want to keep one or two over 14 inches, they're very good to eat.
They are. Largemouth are not bad at all.
Hey Wes, this is one after another though, buddy, you know? That wacky worm is so easy to fish with a weedless hook on it, in these heavy weeds. And that fish was actually in 2 feet of water, folks. But I want to show you something here, what I'm doing. And I love the Kalen's Wacko. It's truly a great bait to use all summer long for largemouth. And what I'm doing here too is I'm using a Kalen's weedless jig on here, and I can show that to you right now. And that comes through the weeds really well. You cast it out, let it drop a little bit, some twitch, let it drop. And great largemouth bait. Meet Chris McGillis of McGillis Weimer, experienced personal injury lawyers.
A lot of the people that watch your show, I mean, those are the type of customers and clients that we have, right? I mean, good people, care about their community, they're passionate about the outdoors. That's just been a way to have a bond with somebody in a relationship. To truly tell a client's story to a jury or a judge and be persuasive, I really think you got to be able to walk in their shoes and be able to explain why what happened to them matters.
Folks, on a hot summer day, there is absolutely nothing better than this Blackfish UPF wear. First of all, you don't have to use what you normally use, which is sunscreen, because you just roll these sleeves down and you are completely protected from the sun. A couple of other things I enjoy about this, it absorbs the moisture on your skin and keeps you cool. And it's also extremely breathable. And you can put the hoodie up if you want to protect your neck and your head from the sun. No, perfect stuff. And this is Blackfish UPF wear. Highly recommended because I hate using sunscreen. Check out Blackfish UPF wear at your favorite Fleet Farm store. Ooh, they're getting a little bigger,
they're getting a little bigger, John.
There you go, buddy. And you love those tickle tail paddle tails, don't you?
Yeah, I like the paddle tails. I like instead of the jerk style, I like reeling them in and letting them drop.
And that retrieve, actually I want to show that retrieve when you release that bass, because it's a unique retrieve that you use.
Yep.
Wes Paul on the largemouth bass.
All right.
Get Johnson pumped there, Wes. Actually, I should put this in spot lock here since we've had 2 bites back to back. That's not a bad one, Wes. Great job there, Wes. Turn the camera's over here, Wes.
Yeah, thanks.
There you go.
Thanks for the guidance.
These aren't like the muskies we catch up in Canada.
No, a little bit smaller.
No, but actually Henry just taught you that retrieve, and he's going to show the folks at home now how he retrieves those paddle tails. So what do you do, Henry?
It's really simple. You cast out, John, it's 2 or 3 cranks, let it hit the bottom, watch your line, because your line will jump sometimes, but usually you just feel a tick. You feel a tick and set the hook.
Yay, Wes! We're going to take you back for walleyes here pretty quick here, buddy. Now that is a tiny bass that will not make the show, or do you think it should?
I don't think it should.
Really?
I mean,
based on what?
The finesse of me fishing it.
That's
doesn't
true.
matter the size of the fish.
Now that will make the show. Wes is still looking for another bait, and I cast it right where he was. And Henry, that's not a bad one right there, buddy. That's 14 inches right there.
Yeah.
And again, folks, when I was a kid, I used to come out to this lake in particular and catch a lot of these, and it's so much fun. And I'm going to take my grandkids out here this year. That one hit pretty good. My turn now here, and I've got a jerk minnow on, and this feels like a bass. Well, this is quite a potpourri today, folks. And when you got to finish a show, here he is. You're not always going to get big ones, but that one's not bad right there. And that's the beauty of learning these lakes that are close to your house, folks, where you wake up one morning and go, it's a nice day, I think I'll go fishing. Hey, Henry, this is fun, buddy, on the crappies.
Yeah, they're getting a little bigger.
That one you lost was a nice fish.
Yeah, that was that was 13 for sure.
But you know, I'm fishing for walleyes and bass in the front, and you guys are fishing crappies in the back. That's the beauty of fishing a weed edge.
Oh yeah, there's everything here.
Well, this is your last fish, and you have to go and pick up Paisley at the school bus, right?
Yeah, it was good timing.
Don't lose this fish, Wes. Let's see what we got here, my friend.
Oh yeah.
There's a nice crappie, Wes. Nice job there, buddy.
Nice way to end the day.
But it is time for you to go and appreciate it, buddy. And any news at Johnson Pump? You guys got some new products out, don't you?
Got some new products, new Aqua O2 aerator and Aqua Void bilge pump.
Now, what's the advantage of the new units?
So they have a easy quick connector, so changing out your cartridge motor is a 2-minute job now. It makes it so much easier.
And I can't believe how powerful those new units are. I mean, for aeration and for your bilge.
Yeah, and without, having drawn more power, we know the battery demands with the electronics today, and our pumps are doing it through a new high efficiency motor.
Where can folks check that stuff out?
JohnsonPumpMarine.com.
One more, John.
Hey, we'll stay a few more minutes. I mean, what the heck, right?
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. On the Kalen's Grub.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. They're biting now, buddy.
Yeah, now they are. We finally started getting into them.
I guess I'm not going to get you out of here, am I? Oh, there you go, Henry.
Pretty good.
A little better fish there, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's see. You going to do the old flip in there,
Yeah,
buddy?
we got her.
Yeah, there you go. And as we talked about before, all these lakes in southeastern Wisconsin have excellent bass fishing. And over the years with catch and release, everybody, so proud of that we have great populations of fish.
No, we do. There's a ton of fish in here. We're just catching little ones. But yeah, a lot of the lakes in Wisconsin, a lot of bass.
Dale Stroschein guides all of Green Bay on a daily basis. For more information, give Dale a call. That phone number is 920-743-5731, 743-5731. Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
There's never been a better time to get a new R-Max than right now during the Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Take advantage of our amazing deals on the entire Wolverine R-Max family of side-by-sides. During the Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event, you can now get as low as 3.99 APR for 84 months, or up to $3,500 customer cash on your new Wolverine R-Max.
Well, folks, that is our show for today. Hopefully we have better luck next week. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.